The obvious thing nobody says out loud. Google trained AI on YouTube. Not every video, not the entire platform, but a meaningful portion of it. Enough that the idea doesn't feel shocking anymore. Of course they did. YouTube is one of the largest collections of human behaviour ever recorded. Tutorials, conversations, performances, explanations, arguments. Entire careers documented in video form. If you were building a system to understand the world, you would start there. And Google did. Quietly. No dramatic moment where everything changed. Just a shift. And once you accept that, a more uncomfortable question starts to form. The precedent has been set. What Google has done matters less for what it is and more for what it proves. If you own a platform filled with high-quality human-created data, you will use it. Not recklessly, not blindly, but strategically. That is now established. So what about Amazon? And here's the caveat. Now, the obvious comparison is Amazon, Kindle, Audible. Books and narration at massive scale. But here's where we need to be precise. There is no clear public evidence that Amazon is training large AI models directly on Kindle books or Audible audio books. Features like Kindle's AI Q&A appear to use books at runtime, not as training data. So we're not dealing with a confirmed mirror of what Google has done. What we're dealing with is something else. A question shaped by incentives. Why the question still exists. Because look at what Amazon actually has. A global catalogue of books, structured, edited, intentional writing. And alongside that, hundreds of thousands of audiobooks, millions of hours of professionally narrated speech, not raw audio, not scraped noise, performance, timing, pacing, emotion. If you wanted to train systems on language and voice at a very high level, this is exactly the kind of data you would want. So even without confirmation, the question doesn't come out of nowhere. It comes from the alignment between capability and incentive. The part everyone knows but doesn't like. Now add one more layer. If a company chooses not to use that data, it doesn't mean the data isn't being used somewhere. There are already models trained on scraped material, books, articles, transcripts, some licensed, some not. Some in a very grey area. So the situation becomes slightly uncomfortable. The capability exists, the data exists, and the barrier to entry keeps falling, which leads to a very simple question. If this is happening anyway, who does it better? This is not really about permission. At this point, people ask the obvious question. Should creators be paid? Should narrators give consent? Should authors have control? Yes. All of that matters. But it doesn't fully determine the outcome. Because this is not just a moral system. It's a competitive one. If access to high quality data creates an advantage, then others are pushing to respond, not necessarily out of bad intent, but because the system rewards it. The real divide is data, not AI. So the real divide is not AI versus humans. It's this: who controls the best data? Google has YouTube. Meta has social platforms. Microsoft has code and enterprise data. Amazon has books and voices. Not just content, structured, high-quality, human-generated material. That is the real asset. What this means for creators. This is where things shift. Because if you are creating content, you are no longer just producing something for an audience. You are producing something that may have a second function, even indirectly, even after being transformed, summarized, or reprocessed. Content is no longer just consumed. It is also learned from. The strange new value of human work. And that leads to a strange outcome. Human-created content becomes more valuable, not just culturally, technically, because it is grounded. It reflects actual experience. It carries context and intent. And that grounding is something AI still depends on, even as it becomes more capable. Where this is going? From here, a few paths are emerging. Open systems, models trained on whatever data they can access. Closed systems, curated, licensed, controlled data sets. And most likely, both at once. Competing, evolving, coexisting. The question that stays with you. So here's the question. You've written something. You've recorded something. You've shared anything online. Where does it end up? Is it just content? Or is it part of something larger? Not in a dramatic way, in a quiet, practical way. We're not at the point where the internet is fully self-referential, but we are moving towards a world where everything you create has more than one use. And the real question is no longer whether that happens. It's who controls it.